Welcome everybody. Today's video finds us over here in Bangkok. And what we're getting ready to do is we're getting ready to go jump on the BTS to go to the airport, and we're going to be flying to Vladivostok, Russia. That's right, we're getting ready to go to Russia. We're going to do something I've been dreaming of to do. We're going to go to Vladivostok, we're going to stay there for a couple days, and then we're going to jump on the Trans-Siberian Railway, and we're going to go across from there over to Moscow, and then we're going to stay in Moscow for like 5 days, and then we're going to go by train up to St. Petersburg, and we're going to finish up our trip there before we fly back home. So anyway, this is a trip I've been planning for well over a year, and I'm going to kind of show you a little bit about what I had to do to get ready for this trip. So let me show you all the little details, maybe get you some information that you can use, and let's see what we see.
Planning a trip is always stressful, but Yesem takes one of the stresses out. Open the Apple Store or the Google Store, search for Yesem, install the app, and then you can search your plans. They have regional, they have country specific, or they have worldwide, and you can have pay-as-you-go plans as well. Installing the app is super easy. First-time users use the code ENDLESS25 with a capital E, and it will save you up to 20%. It takes about 3 minutes. Just follow the simple instructions. You can activate the plan immediately or upon arrival. Then all you simply do is open up the settings, turn your line off, turn Yesem on. You can check your balance at any time through the app, and then when you're at the airport, just simply walk by all of the eSIMs and enjoy your holiday.
Yeah, so this is what I'm looking at right now. This is outside of my house here in Bangkok. They're getting ready to build a humongous department store right here, so I've been enjoying that. And I got a night market over here. And we're going to be leaving the nice 38-degree weather, and it's expected to be between 2 and 6 in Vladivostok. So anyway, let's do some of the paperwork here. Yeah, so my trip preparation started with something really easy. Well over a year ago, I downloaded Duolingo to practice learning a little bit of Russian. So anyway, I've been at that every day, and it's nice because you can learn a few little phrases and at least learn the alphabet and stuff like that. After doing that, I started getting about 3 months out. The next step was doing some research. I came across this site called Rushable.com, and this is an absolute gem of a site. The lady that does the website breaks it down kind of into what to expect, all of the steps, all the way from preparation to what you want to do when you go to Moscow or St. Petersburg. The first thing you need to do is figure out what kind of a visa you need. Me being an American, I can get a 3-year multiple entry visa. It costs roughly about $300 or so. There are some countries that don't need a visa. For Thailand, you don't need a visa, so all you have to do is do an electronic arrival form, and then you can go and you can stay up to 30 days. So after figuring out what visa you need, the next step is to get the invitation letter. The cost of this is about $20 US, and you get these official little stamps on it, and you do it online and they send it to you via email. This was the document that I was really worried about getting, because whenever I was researching it, it says you have to have an invitation letter, and this took care of it. Now, you put on the invitation letter where you're going to stay, but this is not set in stone, because you don't know what hotel you're going to be staying in, 2 years from now or whatever, and it can change at any time. But mainly what they need is they need the dates, and they need these little seals. The next step was to get the travel insurance. Now, online it says Americans don't need travel insurance, but I was covering getting this to cover my bases, and I got it for me and my wife to go. The cost of it depends on your age and everything. So they have a little like policy calculator. Just do it online, and then you pay, and you get your policy in like an email within 24 hours. Now for the next step. The next step takes the most time, and this is the online visa application. You go in. Now whenever you register your account, you set a little code, a little password, to where you can go back in, and it's good for up to 3 months, so you can go back in and keep modifying your form if you need to. And you're going to have to find a lot of information for this. The hardest part for me was finding every single country I've been to in the last 10 years, and you have to put in specific dates. So if you went there the 23rd of February of 2021, you have to put that in and then put the exit date. But fortunately, I've been to 33 countries in the last 10 years. It caps you at 10. So once you put in 10, then you're okay from there. You also have to put in past employers and all the important information for you. Now, after you put all of that information in, you're going to need to print it, and then you're going to take this to the consulate, and you have to attach a passport photo, and that's simple enough. And then you take all of this into the consulate. Okay, so I have my invitation letter, I have my insurance policy, I have my online visa application, and my passport. Make sure that you have at least 6 months left in your passport, and then you need to have at least 3 more pages. And then you're going to take this in, pay the fee, that's roughly 10,000 baht or so, and which is $300 US, and then you'll be able to get a visa. So after 10 days, I got my visa. Make sure you check all of your information before you leave the consulate. All right, so after the visa, now it's time to get serious. So booking flights, hotels, and everything else is a little bit more difficult because of the ban of the SWIFT currency transaction system in Russia. So you have to kind of get around that. Now, you can't find hotels or airfare through like a few of the sites. Like Agoda, you cannot use at all. I was able to use trip.com and Zen Hotels for my hotel and airfare. Okay, so we booked a flight from Bangkok to Vladivostok, which was a non-stop flight, so about 7 hours. So we'll be getting there early in the morning, which is good. We'll have to go through immigration and all of that, passport control. So after that, booking the hotels was pretty straightforward. You just got to find out where you want to go. And again, you can use booking.com, and you can click on my link down below to save you a little bit of money. It'll be in the video description. All right, and now for the fun part. This is the part I'm looking forward to. So we booked train tickets for the Trans-Siberian Express, and this will be leaving from Vladivostok, and it takes about 7 days. Now the cost was roughly about $800 US for 2 people in a second class sleeper, and that sleeps 4 people. Go to russiantrain.com, fill in your information, figure out the train times that you want to go. This one will leave at 10:25 in the evening, and it gets to Moscow at 11:10 in a week. And one more leg of the train trip to book, the train trip from Moscow to St. Petersburg. For 2 people was about $86. Takes about 4 hours on the Sapan or 8 hours on a regular train. And one more step here that's required. So we got some Russian rubles. We was able to get it from Super Rich here. Now I'm not going to have access to ATMs or my credit cards or anything like that. So you have to take whatever money you're going to spend, and I thought it was better safe than sorry. So I probably got too much money, and I also will be taking some US dollars and some euros just to have it as a safety. Just because if you don't have any money, you're not going to eat. The preparations sounds like a lot, but it took a couple days of stuff, you know, sitting down doing it. The hardest part was that online visa application form, but you just got to do it. And then you print all of that. You can hire like an agent to do it all, but you do have to go into the consulate by yourself and to get your visa. So anyway, that's that. If you do the electronic visa, like the electronic arrival form, it's the RUID, and you can search that online. It's pretty easy to do, and you got to do biometrics. You got to say some stuff, and they take your pictures and all that for that. Anyway, we're getting ready to pack, and then we'll jump on the SkyTrain and head out to the airport. Hopefully we won't have any issues. The plane leaves at 8 o'clock, so we're planning on being there at 5, so we leave here in about 2 hours. So anyway, wish me some luck, and let's see what we do at the airport. Hopefully we won't have any problems with passports or anything. So we made it to the airport, and we're over here waiting to check in for S7. Get our boarding passes, go through security, and away we'll go. All right, so tickets in hand, boarding passes. Now we'll go through security and go to our gate. So we made it through all that and over here at the gate. So we'll just wait about an hour, and then we'll get on our plane and away we'll go. It's not here yet, but it should be getting here pretty quick. And the last thing we do before we go is we're going to turn on our YesSim. I already activated the plan for Russia. 30 days unlimited usage is 38 euros. Use the code endless25 if you book one, and you'll save yourself a few dollars. That'll finish up our video over here. Kind of a quick rundown of things to expect when you're getting ready to go to Russia. The visa application process is, it seems daunting, but it's really not too bad. Just takes a little bit of time. Got to put in all your information, pay the fees, get the invitation letter, the insurance, all of that stuff. Checking in was quite an ordeal. The lady really went over all of my documents. They made sure about where I'm staying, and they had to put it all in the computer, and I made the return flight. Everything had to be in order. But other than that, visa was pretty smooth. Now we're just waiting on our flight. So next stop is Vladivostok. Now they say at Vladivostok you can take the bus from the airport to town, you can take a train that runs like 4 times a day, or you can take a taxi. A taxi's like 1,000 to 1,500 rubles. The train is like 300 and a bus is like 100. So it just depends on what you want. And it's quite a bit out of town. I think it's like 50 kilometers outside of town or something like that. So anyway, we'll see what this runs into. We're going to be landing there early in the morning at like 6 a.m. So I planned that so we'd have time to see everything in the daytime to make our way towards our hotel. So anyway, hope you found this helpful. If you did, smash the like button. Stay tuned for more videos of Russia. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and you get to see more stuff. Most of my videos are from Thailand, but I travel all over the place. So if you look for just kind of me talking about some stuff, then you're in the right spot. Leave me a comment down below. If you have any questions, ask me and I'll try to help you as best I can. And until next time, from over here in Bangkok on our way to Vladivostok, remember, life is a journey. So until next time, enjoy.